First of all, I just want to thank everyone for the sweet birthday wishes. I had a nice 30th birthday. I feel really old now. We went down to Florida to around the 38 area. My parents were staying there this week, so we joined them for the weekend, and James had so much fun. We just had a blast watching him enjoy the sand and scooping it up and just playing with his shovels and his pails, and he loved the waves and getting to kind of like jump in the waves and carry the water in his pail, back to the sand. He had so much fun. And we just came back this afternoon, and I want to give a shout out to the new blow dry bar in Homewood called Blow. But my friend Afsheen just opened the new blow dry bar, and basically they just style your hair and make it look pretty. So I got pretty hair for my video today. Thank you, sweet girls, for setting me up to look nice today. I never do my hair by myself. I'm just really low maintenance. I don't usually wear much makeup, if any, and I usually let my hair air dry or maybe just fluff it with the blow dryer. But funnily enough, when I used to work downtown every day, I actually had my air conditioning set to where my car would blow dry my hair for me on the way to work. I'm that low maintenance, so thank you girls for making me look pretty today. And tonight I'm making baked shrimp with feta. So we enjoyed a really yummy Low Country bowl on Friday that my mom made for my birthday, and just some yummy Connecticut sausage and shrimp, and I'm just still feeling the beachy theme, and so I'm making shrimp again tonight, and I'm also using up a few odds and ends that we have around the house. So it's nice just to kind of have a few leftovers that you can use up and create into entirely new dishes, especially if it's a busy weeknight or you're just coming home after traveling for the weekend. I like to kind of make a few shortcuts. So I'm going to turn this around so y'all can see. Okay, so first of all, I had some cherry tomatoes in the fridge, and so I just tossed those with some olive oil and some sea salt and some freshly ground black pepper, and I roasted those in the oven at about 325, probably about 25 minutes. But as you can see, they're kind of like getting a little blistered and kind of like getting really soft and yummy. So, and I pulled those out so just to have those to the side. I also have some tomato and basil sauce here. I'm going to go ahead and heat this up and turn it on to medium. So the tomato and basil, this is probably about half a jar of tomato sauce. I'm just kind of estimating because this is left over from when I made fried ravioli and had some tomato dipping sauce from a bunko group on Thursday. We really enjoyed eating that last Sunday after the last video I made, and that was such a good appetizer, so I made that again for my bunko group on Thursday. And so I'm just using up the rest of this tomato sauce so that won't go to waste in our pantry. And then here I have some minced garlic and some crushed red pepper and some parsley and some oregano. Probably about a teaspoon of the garlic, of the minced garlic, maybe just under a teaspoon of the ground black pepper, and maybe 3/4 a teaspoon of that, and probably about half a teaspoon of the parsley and the oregano. I just kind of eyeballed those. That'll be a good mixture to kind of liven up our basic tomato sauce here. And so basically, I'm just trying to kind of incorporate these herbs and infuse them into the tomato sauce, especially the garlic, as we're heating this up. And we're going to use this to pour into our baked shrimp dish. All right, so now that's all stirred in, I'm just going to let that continue to warm up for a minute or so. Hey Erica, hey KK. We missed y'all at Bunko on Thursday. We were hoping y'all could join us, but I know how busy the first week of school is, and y'all are probably exhausted after dealing with your little kids for a few days. So hopefully we'll be able to see y'all soon. Okay. And that's warming up nicely. Okay, so over here I have some marinated shrimp. I know it looks weird, but okay, so I had some peeled into vein frozen shrimp that I just defrosted in some cold water, and I probably used about 3/4 a pound of the shrimp. There's about, I don't know, 24, 25 shrimp in here. And I took the tails off, and then I marinated it in red wine vinegar and some Italian seasoning, and that had like basil and oregano and thyme and marjoram and stuff in it. And so I just let that marinate for, I don't know, about 15-20 minutes in the red wine vinegar and the Italian herbs. Okay, and I'm going to add this to our tomato sauce now. I'm just going to kind of drain off the excess liquid. For some reason, I think we need more liquid at the end. I can always add it in. But that's why the shrimp look purple. They were marinating in the red wine vinegar. They started out white and orange like they're supposed to. And then at the end, when they're done cooking, they should be pink once they're fully cooked through. Hey, Crystal, how are you, girl? All right, so just a couple left. And I can hear the tomato sauce. It's bubbling over there nicely. That looks so good. It's starting to smell really good too. All those fresh herbs blending in there. All right, okay. So I'm just going to stir this in real quick. All right, so that will just coat all of those tomatoes really nicely. Oh, sorry, it'll coat all the shrimp really nicely, not the tomatoes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this eye off. All right, and then I'm just going to pour the shrimp and tomato sauce mixture. And I'm doing this one-handed, which is actually pretty impressive. Okay. Okay, that got most of it into our pan here. And so I'm just going to blend this in with all of these yummy roasted tomatoes that I cooked earlier. Roasted tomatoes are about the only way I'll eat them. I don't really like raw tomatoes, especially not on my sandwiches. I don't know. Cooked tomatoes just have such a different flavor than raw tomatoes. And I think roasting just brings out the flavor so nicely, and it gives a little bit of a sweetness to it. And it makes them really soft too. Maybe it's the texture of the raw tomatoes I don't like either. I think they're just kind of acidic, and I'm not wild about the texture, but I really love roasted tomatoes. All right, that looks so pretty. All right, perfect. And then I also have some crumbled feta cheese here that we're going to pour on the top. I'm gonna open this up. This is about an 8-ounce container. I've used some of it already, so I don't know. There's probably about 6 ounces left. I'm just going to estimate, but you don't have to measure exactly. I'm just going to, kind of crumble this on top so that everything's kind of coated, and this will melt nicely. All right, I think I'm just going to use all the feta. Okay, that's so pretty. Hey Kelly, how are you? It was really good to see you at the CE the other day. It'd been too long. All right, so all that cheese, and then against the white cheese against the tomatoes, I think this just looks really pretty. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to pop this in the oven. I bumped it up to 400. I probably could have done the tomatoes at 400 earlier as well, but I was also cooking some baked chicken for James to have tonight, and instead of doing that at 350, I did his at 375, just kind of as a compromise for doing the tomatoes. All right, okay. But then I bumped it up to 400 so I could cook the rest of that and the shrimp. So I'm going to let that go at 400 for probably about 12 to 15 minutes until the shrimp are cooked through and they're pink. And then the cheese will be nice and melted on top as well. And then I have some leftover fried ravioli to go through with that we can just kind of scoop up some of that yummy sauce with. And then some leftover roasted asparagus from the other day too, so it gives a little bit of a green vegetable to balance that out. And isn't that super easy? Just using, some of the odds and ends that we have around the house, coming back in from a long weekend, just, some shrimp that was in the freezer, leftover tomato sauce, leftover veggies from last week, The red wine vinegar was actually old red wine from last week as well, using that up. And then just some feta cheese that we had on hand for salad dressing topping. So, and then just putting that all in one pan to pop into the oven. So pretty simple, doesn't take too long to cook either. So I can't wait to try this and then show y'all how the finished product turns out. Bon appetit and enjoy the rest of your weekend.